Hey, it's Ken. This is Whole30 Food Challenge Day 29. I'm going to change things up a little bit. These are getting kind of boring for me to do, much less for you to suffer through. So I'm going to start doing things a little differently. I'll probably start out with the Darwin Award because those crack me up. Do a little brief on where I am and what's going on. And then maybe optionally, depending on time and how tired I am, do a random rant. So today, my favorite Darwin award that I found so far, and I'm looking away because I'm going to read it to you guys. It's very funny. And it's called Pool Party. So on July 17th, 2014, in Poland, in a small town, a tragedy struck as 7 people accidentally drowned in a cesspool. Yes, that's what I said, cesspool, one after another. The first was that of a tractor driver whose job was to empty the septic tank. He succumbed to the highly toxic hydrogen sulfide fumes and lost consciousness, falling in the pool. That's pretty bad stuff. Following him were 6 rescuers who, one after another, went to try to rescue everyone else who went to the cesspool, succumbed to it, and fell in the ground. 6 of them in a row, one after another. That's awesome. It's sad, tragic, terrible, blah, 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 but it's pretty funny at the same time. As for me, did my walk today, slow as dirt. I wasn't as weird as yesterday. Yesterday I started out 2 minutes faster than I ended per mile. Today, I started out about 30 seconds faster per mile, which is about right. It's a little warm today. I didn't take enough water. Outside of that, everything's fine. Food's fine. My pre-made paleo stuff comes in tomorrow. I'll give you updates when I get it, see it, and see what it's hitting for. Uh, for my random rant today, because I actually have a few in stock, I wanted to talk about 2 problems that we have. 3 problems that we have. The first problem that we have is that our infrastructure is crumbling rapidly. Bridges are falling down, roads are falling apart. We all know all these issues. We have really bad infrastructure, and apparently no money in the world to ever fix all that. Second problem we have is that our military, sorry, that our military, the morale is horrible. People are killing themselves, committing suicide. We have really, really bad morale. It's really hard on the military families. They don't see their loved ones forever because they're, in some desert somewhere fighting for oil. And that's a problem that seems to be an epidemic, and it's growing rapidly. And the last problem is the fact that we're spending too much on the military, and everyone knows this. We spend, more money than God, and yet, to be honest with you, you can't get rid of it. And you can't get rid of it because it keeps our economy going. We're a war-driven economy. Everyone knows this. It's a fact. Whether or not people want to admit to it, it's a fact. We are driven by wars. We are driven by the military. That spending is keeping the rest of us afloat. So you can't get rid of it. You can't say, oh, take all that money and throw it at the infrastructure, because A, you don't have the people trained to do it, and B, we need it in the military to support all the jobs that keeps everything going. Okay, so that sets the table. I guess there's another one, and that is I'm getting tired of all these people overseas bashing Americans as we sit there and try to protect their interests and ours at the same time. Look, I get it. We won World War II. That was awesome of us. Hooray. It's a big deal. We got a lot of bases out of it, right? Big presence, a lot of bases, and we made everyone pay for our help. Who's paying now? Seriously, half the world hates us. The other half puts up with us. We get snubbed all the time. We spend, more money than you could possibly imagine to maintain these bases. Give them back. Who cares? We're the economy people want to get into. We're not trying to get into these economies. Look at our trade deficit. The only reason we're all over the world is to support the military, because we need big spending to keep our economy going. So fine, there's number 4. So what we can do, I think it's dumb simple, is take the best infrastructure builders, developers, planners in the entire world. By the way, that's our military. They do it all the time. And put them back home. Make them rebuild the roads, the bridges. Make them fix the infrastructure that's rapidly crumbling. It solves so many problems at once. First, the infrastructure's fixed, probably better than you can imagine, because these guys are really good at what they do. Second, morale goes way up if you're a military person and you're being deployed to Alabama as opposed to Iraq. If your big job is to go to California and fix the roads and figure out a better way for things to run, than to go into Afghanistan where you're probably going to get shot while you're trying to help the locals. I'm just saying. So you have the military come back. You pull people back in. You fix America. You're not doing anything to upset the economy. The money's still being spent on the military. They're still doing what they're really, really, really good at, and that's infrastructure rebuilding, usually after they blow stuff up, but we sort of gloss over that part. And everyone, it's a win-win situation. Let the bases, give them back to the countries. See how they feel without us. Now, the bigger part of the picture is I personally think that America has missed the boat. We focus on the old world. I get it. The rich people, they came from there. They want those people to think how great we are. It's a daddy syndrome. I get it. But come on, Latin America, South America, these places have more resources than you can shake a stick at. They're not filled with stuffy old politicians. They don't have Russia and China knocking down the doors. They're prime. Treat them right. Rebuild those relationships. Yeah, there's some anti-American stuff there. Nothing compared to what we do in the Middle East. Guarantee we take a fraction of the money we're spending in Europe and Asia right now, devote it down south. Everything will get fixed real quick, right? So now you can take your military after they fix all of our stuff and have them fix Mexico, Central America, and South America. It's going to take a long time. Good for us. When we're done, we have a new world that's very, very strong. We have resources out of Brazil, we have Peru, we have Argentina, we have a strong Mexico. Notice I can skip Canada because Canada's actually doing better than us. But that's another story. But we have all this stuff set up. So, fix America, fix, Central, South America. It becomes a shift in focus that makes us stronger in the short and long term and sets us up really well in the future. Now, I don't have any power to make any of this happen. I'm not sitting here trying to tell you that I have even a plan to implement it. But maybe there's a really smart politician out there who really thinks that this might be a good way to go. I don't know why they're not doing it. So hopefully this will help out. And that's my rant for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.